Okay, league match number 3 on the season against JNails. And this board looks like a joke. And the reason I say it looks like a joke is because there's King's Court and Cardinal. And you can pretty much wipe out just about everything you can do other than drawing coppers with that. I guess there's Moat. Secret Passage. So actually it's not King's Court and Cardinal. It's Secret Passage and Moat. Anyways, we won't be dealing with King's Court Cardinal this game. We'll be dealing with Secret Passage Moat this game. And presumably top decking Moats. Yeah. Aside from that, it's looking, pretty normal. Recruiteral trash. King's Court Festival will produce a bunch of nice things. Catacombs will draw. Moat will draw. Encampment might draw, though I'm not actually sure we're going to see that many of those. I think our start's just going to be Gear Silver. We're going to try to get Recruiter in quick. And we'll go from there. There's no sideways things, so that's unusual. Just standard, nice little board. I guess Gear is also going to draw for us. It's kind of whatever. I guess on it. Sure. Anyways, we'll take the silver. You might take a cardinal. No, you've seen the light. No cardinals here. I'm going to set aside 2 coppers and buy an encampment, I'm pretty sure. I could also see another gear. But no, I'm not really buying that so much. This will give me another recruiter. And that does seem like something that I want, even over like a King's Court, which would, I guess, happen if I were to play the encampment. It would be so nice to connect King's Court with recruiter. I mean, it could still happen. The gear, right? Oh, had that encampment been a gear, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened if that encampment had been a gear. Anyways, let's get the King's Court, and then immediately not collide it with anything. As I guess sort of expected. This will be a secret passage for me. That'll be fine. I guess I could also put like a cardinal in. I'm likely to shuffle next turn when I'd king the cardinal, which could be pretty annoying. Longer term, the cardinal's probably not going to do a whole lot, but it'll be scary in the meantime, perhaps. Okay, so you just have a King's Court. Let's go ahead and take the cardinal, since we are going to make that shuffle. You got to put King's Court on something, so that's a little bit scary. This turn will be a festival buy, I'm pretty sure. I guess if you go down far enough with gear, you could, like, buy a moat and then be decently protected. So here we'll end up king the cardinal. I guess buy another king's court? Probably not. It's probably like time for a catacombs. I think we are going to run into a little bit of a deficit right here. Maybe, had this cardinal been a secret passage, we'd be a bit happier. This was possibly a little bit too aggressive. As the encampment may have also been a little bit too aggressive. I think you were somewhat fortunate to hit King's Court when you did, though. I'd be mistaken about that. You just ditch the festival. It would be a huge deal. Unless you're not looking at a festival in hand, in which case it might be pretty bad. I'm going to take catacombs right here. This turn will be like mode gear or something. Okay, so this is already going quite terribly. Gotta say. And I don't think there was really anything to it. I am going to lose this game, most likely. Just gonna be, it'll be mode. Mode gear for me. This turn we'll get to King the Recruiter, so that's nice. This always made me really want to have gotten the what's-its instead. This would be Passage King's Court, maybe Cardinal. I don't think so. Let's go like King's Court. I don't even know if you need the passage. It's just like festival mode or something. Well, I don't think the Cardinal's any good for you, but whatever. I don't think much will end up mattering. It'd be really nice to find a festival, wouldn't it? Here I have to draw on to go grab that. It was like King's Court and Moat, perhaps. I don't think this is too much my fault, but we'll see. Cardinal should have been a passage. That's the only regret, I think. I got overly aggressive. I didn't try to get the turn. I tried too hard to do something that was not getting the turn going. You set aside things. There's a possibility that I get an attack. I don't think I will, but possibilities. Just endless. Passage, okay. What do you feel about trashing silver? What do you think about trashing silver? Moat blocked a bunch. This will just be Festival, King's Court, Moat, I think. And we're off. I can probably ditch the Catacombs for something. Possibly a Cardinal. I think I'm clearly a little bit behind. Just on this. Like, I can't do that. I won't be able to do that. Sure. Moats on top. I'm a little bit light in payload. I'm one money card lighter in payload, which is certainly not good. This could just be King Festival or something like that, or King. I don't know. Yeah, King Festival. I don't think that puts it at risk of piling. Now, I think that would force me to green. So, like 2 provinces worth, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm mostly just going to have to depend on not doing the passage thing that I'd really have liked to have done. I don't really regret the encampment. I do regret the Cardinal over passage. I think I've said that about a gazillion times. I don't like that Catacombs, but maybe it's needed. It just seems under-aggressive. Moated. What are we looking at here? 23. I think I'm going to trash the Catacombs for a passage. And stick a moat on top. Set aside 21. What am I doing with 21? King Festival Province. I need, like, I don't know what I need. I don't think there's a way for you to dodge. At 23, I'd buy, like, King Festival Province. I don't know, I feel like I need, like, I can't take 2 King's Courts. I think you're hitting, like, 30-something. Hitting 32, being able to hit 32 myself might be a priority. If I take King Festival Province, I think there's a possibility that I just lose on, like, Kings, Moats, and Estates. I'm not sure that I really have other options, though. That would be what, like 20, 22, 29. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So if I stay at like 22, I could take King Festival Province State. Festival Province State. Let's try this. I might not draw, too. And it looks like you certainly will. I wonder if you got a catacomb set aside. Probably. This way you need what? 20 more than that. You need like 30, 32 or something like that. Which can probably happen, realistically. Yeah. Alright. This reaches, so this is States Moat, King's Court, Duchy. Said you needed 32. So yeah, this'll do it. Yeah, I mean, missing King's Court, maybe the gear would have made a difference, but I also don't think I would have hit 7 that early with the gear instead of encampment. It's possible. I guess I would have had an estate stowed. Maybe I still would have reached. I don't know. I guess I probably would have reached. And then the passage instead of the cardinal would have made a world of difference. Taking the gear would not have guaranteed anything. I still could have missed on the King's Court. It just would have been slightly more likely to work out. But that little thing there is huge difference in how the game goes. This is like way more fancy than it needs to be. You just needed 32. Oh, this is this going on, which I know about. Alright. And I guess that was my start, even though you got to play King's Court on something first, because that's apparently how things go. On to here, where there is no village, but there is lots of non-terminal draw. I don't have to bargain for wharf, so that's good. This is trashing. That's going to seem just, I think, worse than nothing. I have the privilege of opening wharf here. That's what I'm going to do. You want a pair of wharfs, some forums, bunch of advisors. Menagerie is probably not going to work, but I'm sure at some point we'll see it work, because even though I'm never going to buy it, I don't think. Coven looks probably okay on 5. I guess you can run like Coven Minion, but Yeah. On a 3-4, you'd open silver, bargain for wharf, I guess. I do have concerns that 5 is actually worse. Not being able to get that silver in. Oh, I mean, you can hear this. It's louder than I am. So that's just amazing. I'm not sure if you'd ever buy Coven over Gold. Possibly. Probably. I don't know. I feel like I've seen this forum advisor bit before. And gotten completely just screwed by it. I think the moral of that story was like, you want... Forum is better than advisor. That was a long time ago. Okay. You're taking Forum over Wharf. What the heck? I'm not of the Forum is better than Wharf. Like, and a Druid. Okay. I guess you want to trash. You're going to play this Forum Menagerie minion. Or maybe. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a Wharf. We'll see. I'm just going to try to outdraw it, I guess. Forum Menagerie minion Coven. We'll see. It gives up a little bit on buys. I mean, you end up with 2, but maybe you get stuff better played. It's not completely bonkers. No, it doesn't have that. Oh, I guess you can play multiple Druids. So that's how you can accumulate buys. I'm just going to try to draw through everything, possibly stupidly. That was not my favorite turn 3 ever. I don't know that it's a whole lot to complain about, though. Okay, we do see the Coven. So, I'm hitting 4 again. You may have noticed. This is going to be a Forum for me. That's my best deal. We're going to continue to hit 4, because... sure. I think I'll take another Forum. And we'll just keep bargaining, I guess, because it's completely stuck at 4. Alright, this is more like it. It's not a great top deck. Live. I'll be Coven here. See if I can keep drawing. Would be nice to keep drawing. We like two menageries. Yeah. Not the 4 we wanted. Might just take a pair of advisors. What's my deck total? Like 9? Let's see, 4 of silver. Bring it up to 11. Just keep trying to draw through. Oh! Hi! That was a minion attack that, you know, I couldn't do a damn thing about. It would be so nice if I were to, you know, not have had both dwarves in there. But here we are. Amazing. I think we'll start on advisors. Like this deck is working, of course, a lot better than mine. You can see that, but I don't think it's like just this complete blowout that you're seeing. I don't know if I'm just like arrogant to believe that, but I really don't think it's this complete blowout that you're seeing. It's just like I mean, yeah, this is not gonna end well. You should actually deny the forum. Yeah. Alright. There's no way. Yeah, there were multiple problems there. I'm gonna guess at this point that I may have had the wrong deck, but I didn't have a chance on a number of other things. Alright, we have Peasant. We have like Peasant and Scheme. I think that's what's going on here. Is there's going to be big draw with Scheme. Teacher's going to have to do basically everything. I'm going to start Peasant Remake, I think. That's a little ambitious. You could also start like Scheme Remake. I might like the Scheme Remake a little bit better. Just get to trash down quick. Get the Peasant in. The Scheme might not actually end up doing anything. Is the one issue with that. Let's do it though. I will get Peasant, it just won't be immediately. There's good things that can happen going this way. Not like great gainers. Supplies Falconer. Falconer's a pretty good gainer, I guess. You're gonna hit 2 when you play the remake. peasant. I guess you could also be buying supplies, which you wouldn't really be sad about either. But this does something about a collision. If they collide turn 3, you're just so happy. Hope for the best. I guess in that last game you also saw both 4-man Druid turn 3. That'll make a difference, won't it? We need to hyperanalyze this board for some reason. Maybe we're hyperanalyzing why I opened Scheme. Gosh. Okay. Alright, well, we didn't see the Scheme, which stinks, but such is life. I don't know if I want one of these to be an acting troop or not. I'm gonna say I do. Just because I will be scheming remake. I guess I could have depended on hitting 4 here. Why would I buy an acting troop? I can get another remake. Sure. Get star chart. Scheme goes, soldier goes. I'd like a supplies soon, I think. Star chart was a little... I guess there's a scheme in there, so you'll shuffle next turn. Alright. That's fine. So like, I could have taken 2 schemes and then bought ports, had I been actually bothering to think through what I was going to do, hit the next turn, but I didn't. Because I'm stupid. That's a pretty good explanation for it. This will be another peasant. Yep. And another peasant for me. And I will top deck this remake. I could hit the remake for a Falconer. I think I'm going to do that. Buy another scheme. I guess we'll scheme the remake. I don't know how valuable it is to actually have a ton of schemes, but I'm sure pretending like it's valuable. Let's just top deck the schemes. don't think the remake's doing a whole lot now. Sure. Thin. I guess I'm probably pretty thin too. Thing we can look out for is scheming falconer. Although falconer is the only, well, like a sleigh, so that's not going to be like amazing. I'm a little concerned about living without star chart just because it doesn't give me the traveler's stuff. I probably could have bought it however many turns ago, 2 turns ago when I bought this one scheme. Anyways. Okay, yours. You can actually top deck the falconer, which you shouldn't because I'm not going to buy something with multiple gains, multiple types, or gain something with multiple types, maybe peasant. Okay, we didn't find fugitive, which is real bad. So now's when I'm paying for the no star chart. Paying dearly. I don't think there's too much of a point in taking it now. Maybe. Fugitive in there. Yeah, I think there's a good case for taking it now. We'll get through both fugitives. I am at 5 schemes. That's good to know. Not sure whether you'll be getting a last one here or not. I'm just getting the scheme right. We'll see. I don't know, like I said before, 6 schemes probably isn't like at all valuable. Well, I might just take it regardless of whether it is or not. Like, I don't really have a, need for any more village. So... let's just grab that. I don't think I'm going to get through this shuffle. Could be wrong. Now I am. Do I want to? Yeah, we're good. So this will gain us supplies. I I'd rather have it be a silver. Maybe. What would silver do for me? I could buy something I really don't need. Remake. Quartz. Oh, I could also... it's not. I'll just decline. And I do want the disciple on top. Of course. It's gonna be a really sad disciple. Quartz are just to get remade, rem something. I think that having the one more scheme is just gonna suck compared to having gotten the star chart that one turn and gotten disciple and teacher turn earlier. Just so you're getting ports for the draw as well. Okay. So now's when I learn I have a ton of copper. Which would be better if I had a teacher. But such is life. I can draw the port and gain I don't know what. I can probably gain peasant even. You can react your falconer and gain, I don't know, peasant probably. I'll say not having the falconers so much is a real big point of concern. Scheme up to 7 cards. I'm just going to do the falconer. Exchange one of those. Sure. I guess I want to put disciple on top just to hit the horse again. Getting teacher down before me is just gonna kill. Not so much for the plus card, but for whatever the next token is, probably buy. There's a lot of ports. I understand, I understand the target is to probably remake them next turn, but I guess they might take the card, plus card. 2. Maybe. ears are just getting killed. There's a lot of draw. I'm not sure if I'm that into it. Maybe. If you take enough draw, I think the token's probably like coin. Actually. Top deck of Falconer. This is scary. Maybe not that scary. Am I fine just sitting here? I think I'd rather get something that's a little bit of value. Maybe an expand. Deck all 5 schemes. Sure. That should stay, and these two should both stay. I wonder if you can win this. Oh, you can just probably win this turn. What are we even doing? Yeah, you just win this turn. I'm getting this feeling. You can remake into Falconer's gain remake. Yeah, right. There's pretty much no way this isn't over right now. That I can see. It's all the teacher. All the teacher. Remake to Falconers, gain a remake. Blah. Why are you not remaking ports? There you go. Remake, yeah. Alright. One scheme should have been a star chart, and that's the game. Little things like that. What are we doing here? It's just... I guess you had to react. That's alright. To your start. What have we here? We have Sonnet being really, really important, so that's annoying. Maybe not so important. Well, no, it's important. You can frog bridge trolls and have them cost reduce still, so you don't need the you don't need 3 saunas. You can deal with 2, but we're opening it certainly. Sauna silver, pretty sure. Is there anything? I don't think there's anything else. It's like amazing. I guess you could open Forager. talisman. There's some argument to be made for forager over, what's it? Silver. Probably a pretty strong argument. Until you miss whatever number you're trying to hit. I feel like you want to play with forager eventually just because of bridge troll. Talisman. I mean, I get it. I don't think I want it yet, though. Right? Like, longer term, yes. Shorter term, maybe not really. There's also this, like, poacher forager. Oh, what I do want to do is I want to get bridge troll sort of quick. Poacher. Forager. Sure. Okay, this is not perfect. I would have kind of liked to have, I don't know. This is pretty good for what I opened. What's next turn bringing? Probably 3. It's going to be like Sauna and then a silver. Okay. Wow. Fine. Now I'm looking at really needing talisman. Like this turn, for example, I'll buy talisman. Since next turn I'm going to buy bridge troll. I guess you're looking at 2 coppers and figuring out whether you want a bridge troll. I guess next turn might also be Stampede. Or you're looking at 2 coppers and figuring out whether you want Stampede. Do I need a sauna? No, I don't need a sauna. If you take both of those, I don't think I'm like concerned. Would I rather have bridge troll than Avanto right now? Yes. Well, it sure be good to draw the bridge troll. Okay. So that doesn't happen. Stampede here. I think I can take out Avantas this turn. Just say get 4 of them. I don't know what I'll do with 4 of them, but sure can get them. Gotta be worth something. I think this frogging bridge troll theory doesn't work great. No, you can scheme. Okay, we're still good, I think. I'm gonna say the frogging bridge troll theory doesn't work that great because they go on top. Really annoying. Can't I have like Way of the Frog where they don't go on top? Okay. So I'm just gonna, grab a bunch of those. And I guess eventually trash them. Well, I can frog like one of them in the meantime. Not sure. I'm gonna be this weird disbalance. I mean, surely you take that Avanto. That gives you a village. But I guess I didn't need to take 4. I could have taken like Avanto, Bridge Troll, or something like that. Oh well. Whatever. This gives a good chance at drawing this turn, at least. I also do wonder if taking a pair of schemes would have been a better idea than trashing a copper. We'll get the schemes in this turn. I do need at least 3 of them, I think. I guess 2. I'll figure it out later. Discard a card? Man, Poacher sucks. Oh. I'm stupid. I need to frog one of these. So this looks like Bridge Trolls schemes. It should have just been like Talisman. I'll live with it. There's a good chance I don't draw here. Disappointing reality. I could forge one of the Avantos already. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. And yeah, I think I'm done. This will at least trash out a copper. We're in a pretty awkward situation right now. There is a scheme down there, so I can scheme the Avanta, or scheme the Sauna. This whole game's gonna be awkward. I feel like I need extra Talisman. Maybe pair of Bridge Trolls, pair of schemes. I don't know if you actually want the pair of schemes. Could be a pair of Foragers. I will get extra Talisman here. Certainly. Dead Draw Bridge Troll, I don't remember. Apparently not. Discard a card. Why do I keep discarding cards? Whoops. I did not want to do that. So I would like some more Talisman while we're here. Yeah. I think that's the main thing. I don't know if I need to score this turn or not. Can you, like, win? Have, what, 4 buys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys. Okay, I have to score. Well, no, I don't have to score, do I? I'll just take the... Do I want to score? There's a question. An entirely different way of thinking about things. Do I want to score? I don't think any of these actually, like, gain me anything. Let's do the Sonnet and the Forager. That's no Vonto, as far as I'm concerned. So unless I just completely miscounted, you have a losing tie right here. Which is, of course, a distinct possibility that I just completely miscount. I'm not really guaranteeing my head today. I do stupid things like buy scheme instead of star chart. I got this idea that I really didn't need star chart. Of course, I totally did. I guess I do need to draw all 3 talisman to have this be guaranteed at all. I guess there's also a possibility that you just score and I can't do anything about it. I should have taken like estates or something. Or an estate. Like if you buy province, say theoretically, I have the 4 buys. That's just not happening. I only get 4 buys, right? So if you like buy 2 green cards, I can't catch up with that. Province duchy or so. Just because I am limited to 4 buys. So another forager may have been a good plan. Not sure. Because I can only take what? I can take out the bridge trolls, I can take out the schemes, and then I can't do anything else. So there's your 5 buys. Okay, you can't buy province. You can buy 2 duchies, which would limit me to a tie, I believe, if I even have that much money, which I don't think I do. So that makes me think your move is to buy 2 duchies here. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. I guess it'll probably be fine. 1 duchy. It's an estate. Let's see how much money I have. It might not be a ton. Just a fairly limited amount of draw. It's also worth noting. What is that? No, that's a sauna. You totally drew deck this turn. So next turn you just get way more buys. I'm only at like 6 or something stupidly low like that for amount of money having. Play that. So what am I at again? 6, we said. This will be 1. No. Yeah, I'm at 6. 6 is my max. Which means I can buy duchies. I mean, I don't think you can draw this turn. No, certainly not. But you may not need to. I mean, you certainly don't need to. There's a couple things you can miss, like Talisman, Bridge Troll, whatever. So, I mean, I can take out, what, Foragers, Bridge Trolls, and then I'd have 4 money. Which would not be enough. Take out Foragers. Yeah, looks like I'm taking out Foragers, Bridge Trolls, and then being a little bit short. If I could figure out how to get another Bridge Troll into play, that'd be useful. So, I have a tie, which I think I'm going to take. Because I don't think I have a prayer with an extra. Oh, I have 7. Alright. Surprise. Look at me not being able to count. Oh, I have 7. Oh, there's silver in the trash. Who put that there? Man. There's a silver in the trash. Lottie-dee. Alright. We won the one requisite game to make me look like a not completely incompetent Dominion player. I might not go that far yet. You can inherit Procession. Is that any good? Probably. can, like, process stuff. I'm sure inheriting something's good, because other than that, we're kind of sucky on trashing. There's Necromancer. I'm gonna open Tragic Hero, pretty sure. I guess there's Necromancer, Tragic Hero, that's pretty good. And see if we can't just, like, straight spike Inheritance. That's okay. In which case we'd inherit Merchant. I'd like Bazaar. I'd like all these things. Haggler looks kind of garbagey until a hero gets popped, which is probably fine. Alright, let's take hero. I'm gonna be big and ugly. You're gonna want plenty of bazaars and processions and stuffs. Cargo ship hero pops. I think you might like start cargo ship silver or something, or cargo ship necromancer. I guess you don't need the bazaars so much. Just procession, necromancer. Merchant is interesting. Did I? No. Darn. Alright, this is going with the Tragic Hero. Into a shuffle here. So, I think I might take Bazaar. I don't know what next turn. Next turn has 3 coppers and an estate in it right now, so it's somewhat probable to hit 4. Okay, this will be a necromancer. Okay, Bazaar is missing, sadly. This will hit 5 again, it'll be a Bazaar. Oh, you got to inheritance. Sure. Of course. Merchant cargo ship, that inheritance spiking opening. That kind of day. Until somebody puts a silver in the trash for you. I'm just going to take another Bazaar. At some point, maybe, just maybe, we'll get maybe, just maybe, we'll get inheritance. Yeah, nothing spikes 7 quite like merchant cargo ship. Like, session looks real good. Alright, here we are. We'll match that. I might have thought about putting it on procession, but eh. There we go. The good news is this is going to get a tragic hero into the trash. The bad news is I'm not going to be able to use it. I guess I can take merchant, or do merchant over spy, but I'm not really seeing that. Cargo ship collided. You take another tragic hero, or you just go to province. I could really see just provincing. Whoa! You see that? Let's get a Mason. Let's do it. Hit a silver. Sweet. Might just, like, double procession here. Procession tragic hero. I don't know that I want the silver. I guess when you like proc. Oh gosh. Could take a haggler. I mean, we can procession into it, right? I think the main thing is let's make sure we draw. Certainly a bit behind right now. Oh, well, that's useful. That means we're going to be able to play this state. Tragic hero, which we'll totally do. I guess the problem with playing this as tragic hero is always going to trash. Playing a tragic hero with the estate, it's not actually going to gain a treasure. So that'll be annoying. Oh look, I can do estate. Does that even work? I don't want to find out. Oh my gosh. Okay, this will be a haggler. Yeah, harem looks good. What do I want to do here? I'd like to have processions, but I think I also need to, like, consider a little bit about scoring. I'm not sure, really. I'd probably want to put some tragic heroes back in at the risk of just losing next turn. Oh, Necromancer's just better. I don't know if there's like an actual way to prevent a loss next turn. That's part of the problem. So let's just go with it. And then dud horribly. Yeah, that's an issue, isn't it? Now I'm losing. This is going to be a haggler gain, and then I'm just going to lose. Okay, well, that game happened. I think there was partially a responsibility of inheritance, and partially a responsibility of just, well, here it's not like I'm going to get a turn, so I'm just not going to draw. So even if the game doesn't end, you know. Which I mean, it's gonna end. Like 90% sure. Once this procession goes out into a haggler, it's just gonna. There's no way. Haggler, you need a haggler. I had to take another haggler. You probably don't even need a haggler. I mean, merchant cargo ship. Man. I think if you had gotten another haggler, it would have been easy. Probably still easy. That said, I'm just gonna take a guess that it's still easy. Probably like more money than you could ever reasonably desire. Yeah. Province, hero, procession, whatever. Sure. Cargo ship freaking merchant. Cannot. I mean, can't win games like that. What's here? Amulet. Amulet's here. That's basically it that's here. Goat herd. Here to ruin all of your amulet dreams. I don't think they really ruin them. I think you just take silver if they try to go hard into goat herd. I guess we could open like Silver Night Watch and then summon an amulet. That sounds pretty stupid. You're probably figuring out how to put crypt in. Just buy amulet. Amulet. You could discourage trashing with a goat herd, but I don't think that's like at all a good idea. I'm going to get a second amulet here. I don't think there's, like, any case where I would do something different. If I would have hit 5 here, I might have summoned a goat herd. Well, we missed seeing the second one, which stinks. Moat any good? Moat would be reasonable. But I'm just going to buy silver. Here I'm going to buy gold. I guess I could summon a moat. Gain silver, summon a moat. I don't know if that's actually reasonable. My guess would be that it isn't. Summon an amulet. Okay. Gold's just better. Yep, gotta take crypt. Oops. To be a silver. Here'll be gold. Oh, sure, see crypt's freaking first turn. Yep. It's totally gonna be the crypts. Totally. 100%. No question. It's the crypts. This will be province. Here I'll gain a silver and buy a duchy. I think already. Gain silver, buy province. Gain silver, buy province. You know, it'd be one thing if you weren't always drawing the crypts at the top of the shuffle, but you are. So apparently they're just magic crypts. I guess that's what you get when you talk about how crypt is just the most amazing card ever, is your crypt's top deck. I didn't need to buy that estate. No, I did need to buy that estate. I'm sure you'll take duchy. This would be a weird way to lose. Maybe you take province. I'm not sure what's in there. Maybe gold. Nope. And maybe the crypt stopped top decking. Who knows? Maybe they collide at the top with no treasures. Always a mystery. Now I've missed. Summon a moat. Even if you take like a state. Summon the moat. Summon a cup purse. The problem with doing that is that, like, you take an estate next turn and province is kind of debatable. So I think I'm happy to empty estate. Here comes the crypt. You get the last one, you would. We'll see if you go at some point. We'll hope so. No such luck. I'm staring at province here, so that's good. I mean, you have to take province now. If you take a state, it doesn't do anything. Okay. There we go. Alright, that was 2 wins. Frustrating. And yeah, I should have won the teacher one. I didn't buy Star Chart. The other 3, I think, were just complete sink fests. The King's Court one, I could have gotten a secret passage over the Cardinal. Anyways, it's fine. See you all.